Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Faith. In today's video we're going to be talking about taking my first creative writing class in college. I recorded this video before, so everything is just like a little weird, then like whatever. And if I'm like forgetting if I said things, just take it with a grain of salt. For some reason I recorded my video, and I'm making sure it's not recorded like that, at, what is it, 2x slow speed, so whatever. Okay, so basically let's talk about my creative writing class. So first we're going to talk about the structure of the class, and then we're going to talk about just like my feelings about it. So this class worked in this way where it's like every single week we were assigned 4 short stories to read for the week. 2 of them we would talk about on Mondays, and then 2 of them we would talk about on Wednesdays, because those were the days for the class. And then at the end of like I think the middle of the semester, there was and when I say middle, I mean like somewhere in March, I think it was like close to the end of March, we had a secret story, which was a story we would only submit to our teacher, that we would submit. And then there was our workshop story, which was supposed to happen at the end of the semester, but I had like an earlier date in it. It was like April through just like the last days of class, and basically we submitted this for our workshop for the class, and then yeah, that's the structure of it. So let's talk about it from beginning to end, how I liked it, how I didn't. I guess we're faster this time because I was talking way more before. But basically, we had obviously the 4 stories per class. My feelings about that, I feel like I'm more of a writing person than I am a just like English major person, and I feel like college taught me that, because like basically when I say that we would read 4 stories and then like talk to, and in the class, like obviously like we would talk, like our teacher would have like what the story was about, and then we would just like talk about the story, and then just like obviously just talk about it. It was like a workshop type of thing, and then like there would be like lessons attached. Okay, so my camera died, whatever. It's gonna die again because again I was recording this whole video beforehand. But anyways, oops, let's just adjust that. I don't like any of this. But anyways, so we had what was I talking about? I was talking about just the structure. Yeah, so basically we would talk about the class workshop style, and yeah, so oh yeah, the short stories were attached with this lesson about writing. I feel like because I've been on YouTube and just like learned all the like not learned every single writing thing, but like have learned a lot about like the writing craft elements. I had heard about everything that was said. Like I didn't know the names for everything. Like we were given names, but like I kind of knew everything. So like on the point of people going like, oh yeah, do you need college to do creative writing? I feel like it's just not necessary. At least having taken my first writing class, the workshops are what is useful, but like that's a later thing. But yeah, I just wasn't a fan of the structure of that. At first I was a really big fan of it because like in high school I hadn't read that many short stories because like I don't know, in my high school we just like didn't. We were just mostly read like novels and plays. But like I kind of read them. They were we read the short stories, and it was like at first interesting to see just like the relationship between like not relationship, but like the differences between novels and short stories, and just like the similarities, and just like how a story can be contained in a short story. But like I don't think we were assigned that many great short stories. Well, I just like didn't have fun with them. But it's also like this isn't my medium that I'm the biggest fan of. So yeah, that was that part of it. Then we had our secret story, which was like the one that we submitted to our teacher. I went to office hours and I asked my teacher if I could submit the first couple of chapters of my novel, and she said yes. The novel is If I Had the Money, which is about this girl. I don't even have a, what is it, log line for, or not even log, is it log line? One sentence pitch, whatever. I don't have one of those for the novel, so I don't know. It's about yeah, I don't have anything. But yeah, so I submitted that. I feel like it wasn't the best thing I've ever submitted because like I feel like there's something about the college atmosphere where it feels like you just half-assing everything just so like your teacher can give you an A and you can walk away, because just like that's just the college atmosphere. you have a lot of other work to do, and then it's just like you just like learn this thing. At least I learned this thing, and it's just like it became a bad habit, and I wasn't proud of what I submitted, but I submitted it. I liked the feedback, and I feel like that's what just like I loved about this class was like all the feedback. Yeah, it's just like feedback was like in like the way that people would talk about the story, and just like for example, I remember I changed the story. The reason why I changed the story in my April vlog was because my teacher was saying something about like, oh yeah, like I think she thought the stakes were like something like a different plot line, because like that's the plot line I introduced first, and it just like felt like it was like a bigger thing. And then I realized that I should make the first plot, the first chapters start off with the actual like big thing of the novel. The story is about the character's relationship with her sister, and like I think that in the beginning it was about just college and stuff, and there was just like a college subplot thing that is just like it's easy to get mixed up. So I changed that, so that was helpful. And then there was the workshop story, which we had like 10 people in our workshops. There were 20 people in the class, but we split the class into two for workshops, and I was one of the first people to go. So like my I got feedback right as I had submitted my other story, so it didn't really do anything for me. That's why I said that it wasn't like middle of the semester and end of the semester like I think the teacher wanted it to be. But yeah, so like I got so like the workshop. I was scared that the workshop would be bad because like I if you guys watch my last semester video, I talked about how I had an evil GSI, and it's just like he was so mean when it came to feedback. Like I feel he wasn't even I feel like he didn't do the sandwich method, which is like when you do positive feedback and also negative feedback in the same like not in the same like sentence, because I feel like people are like, oh my gosh, like a sandwich method is bad because like it's like you're saying, oh wow, you're so good at this, and then like you're bad at this, and then the good whatever. But I feel like what they're really saying is just like say the good things and the bad things about it, because like if you just saying bad stuff, then it's looking like yeah there's nothing good about this, versus just like yeah, that's why the sandwich method is good. And like I feel like my teacher this semester and stuff for my creative writing class specifically, because like that class was for a first year writing class slash ancient civilization Greek mythology class. Yeah, versus this class creative writing, and like she was very nice. The other students were really nice about the feedback that they gave. None of it just like made me go like, oh my gosh, like I'm such a bad writer. I feel like getting feedback taught me things that like I'm not very good at in my writing that I didn't realize. Like for example, I tend to make all my characters emotionless. This wasn't like a thing that was said. It was like kind of just like said in a nice way, but it's like I kind of get it. Like you know what I mean? Like where it's like, oh, I didn't understand how she was feeling. I think that's like the type of feedback I was getting. But like I was kind of just like, yeah. When I was rereading it, I was like, yeah, how is the character feeling? Like especially when it came to a short story, because I feel like I was just not putting as much interiority into the character, and I was kind of just like focusing on the plot of the novel instead of not the novel in this short story, rather than I said this is a short story. It's called Eat. I have a video about me writing the short story. Obviously, I just said it was called Eat. But yeah, yeah, I realized that. I also realized that I tend to just like say less when I can say more. Like I tend to just like have this very much like obviously I'm an underwriter, you guys know that, and like I feel like this really showed in the writing, and I feel like it was helpful to get that feedback, and so I could edit it. And yeah, I feel like that was just like the useful parts of this creative writing class. I'm trying to think of like the things I've said and the things I haven't, because like I said everything, but like I said in the other video that I made versus this one. So what else? I feel like what else? I'm taking another creative writing class next semester, and that creative writing class, it's like it's a one-on-one class. It's called a tutorial. I go to U of M, by the way, University of Michigan. And we have like tutorials, which is when we have one-on-one classes with the teacher, and then we submit something every week. I think it was like 10 pages a week, and then we get feedback for it, and then we edit it. I guess I don't know much about that class because obviously I've been taking it, and but like that's just like the structure of it. Obviously this class was different than most creative writing classes that I've taken in the past. Usually it's like more writing oriented. I think the reason why it was more like reading versus writing was because this is in the English department, and then we have like a specific department for like creative writing, but that's like for the creative writing major rather than the creative writing minor. I was kind of just taking this class so I could get into the creative writing thing. You don't really have to take it, but it's just like it's hard to get into the creative writing major like class, like intro classes, without having taken any creative writing classes. Like you have to show interest. It's weird how it works, but I did it. Whatever. Just understand that this was English versus like creative writing class, kind of whatever. So yeah, that was just how it went, and yeah. Is there anything else I have to share about this? I think is my thing going slower because I'm scared that this is going slower and I'm just like saying stuff without it with it doing slow mo, which was so annoying. But yeah, that was a class. The teacher was nice, and I got an A in the class, so that was a bonus. And yeah, I think that's all about the creative writing class that I wanted to talk about. I'll see you guys in the next video, and yeah, bye.